Hello, OutOfThisBinary viewers, it's Timmie here. Today we're talking about misconceptions about non-binary folks. The first and most common misperception that people have is that we don't exist. We do. Hello, I exist. There are non-binary people that are able to exist and survive and live a happy life. A more accurate way to frame this misconception is that we still live in a very binary world, where everyone, has internalized at a very young age to register everyone as either boy or girl. But once you sit and realize that reality, you can move forward and start to carve yourself a space to exist as a non-binary person. The second one is that this is something modern and new and trendy, and it's invented by Tumblr. It's not. It's always been around. Me personally, with my exploration, I actually did not come to terms with being non-binary through Tumblr. My big resource was actually YouTube, which is why I was really drawn to becoming a part of this channel. There's always been historical records of the existence of gender outside of a binary, all the way back to like ancient Judaism. Even though a lot of people have tried to like rewrite that history and to wipe it out, it's recorded and it's there and it's existing, that there are systems that are outside of a binary. And gender back then could also be focused on physical appearance like it is now. For a lot of people, visuals is very important for gender. I mean, it is for me. But gender was also able to be thought about in several other expansive ways that are totally valid. So gender is relationship to home, relationship to land, relationship to caretaking, relationship to earth. These are still like really real and valid ways to think about it even today, and it can be a lot more than just visual aesthetic appearance. And I feel like I've been lucky to find non-binary and transgender role models of mine that have been able to view gender in other ways. Another misconception that's really stemming from transphobia is just the thought that non-binary or genderqueer identities are ruining the trans community or are like a distraction from gender discourse at large. That's wrong. Actually, they are really quite central to the trans community and gender discourse in general. And when you dive deeper into one trans person's narrative, regardless of how they identify, if they identify in a binary or not, you may be surprised to hear of a backstory that isn't as binary as you expected, or isn't as conforming towards the opposite gender role as might have been expected. I think that there is something everyone can learn from looking at gender through a non-binary lens that's really worth people's time to explore. Final misconception I'd like to end with, that non-binary identity is not recognized by psychology and medicine. It actually is. It very much is. It's in the DSM-5 for the entry of gender dysphoria. So, for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm getting my Master's of Arts in Teaching. I'm going to be done with the program in a week. I'm super excited. But for one of my papers, I really focused in on navigating genderqueer identity as a school teacher and being openly gender nonconforming on the job and going by the moniker Teacher Flock, F-L-O-C-K, my last name. But as part of my paper, I took a look at the DSM-5 to use as evidence in talking about how this is reflective or could be perpetuating school culture. But it was the first time I read it for this project, and it validates the existence of non-binary identity, and it says that it is something that is valid. For next week's Fluffy Week, I might take a look at the DSM-5 entry for gender dysphoria and talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, that misconception, not recognized by psychology and medicine, non-binary identity is recognized by psychology and medicine. I hope you liked this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from this channel. That's all I got for today. This is Timmie for OutOfThisBinary, and you are loved. Have a good day. Bye.